Good morning, friends. Welcome to Bhau-Automation Lab once again. In this online video session, we will see some clusters from Appium, like how to tap on the element, how to long press on the element, and some touch actions in Appium. Okay. In the last session, we have seen lots of XPath, how to create multiple types of XPath, how to launch API demo app in real device, and how to launch Chrome browser in real device. Okay. So let's start with some clusters, like how to tap on the element, how to perform the long press action on the element. Okay. There are some different difference, like how to we are in Selenium, we like perform the click actions on element. Like if you are, I want to click on the any element in the device, like in this app, if I want to click on this app, we will click on this, and then this API demo app will launch in this device, right? But the click and tap action, it's a little different in Appium. In Selenium, while working with Selenium, we are continuously use click actions, right, on the element. But Appium, most probably we need to prefer the tap action. Like while you're using the real-time device, also we are tapping on the element, like okay, like or touch, just perform touch actions on the element. Same type, we need to perform a tap action in the on the element. Like sometimes we require to long press on the element, like this functionality not available in Selenium. Actually, this is purely related to the Appium, right? So on some element we require to long press to perform the actions. Like we have seen multiple type in real-time world also. If you are using any mobile device, we require to long press the element to perform the action, right? Same here, we will see how to perform long press actions and tap action. Okay, so first of all, we require to see what is exactly difference between tap and click. Okay, so tap and click means what? Tap in Android, actually, so tap action, tap method, it's purely okay. Appium allows some extra functionality in tap also. Like we can, according to the coordinate also, we can tap on the element, or you can just tap on. But if you use just click, it's work on the element and tap on the middle of the screen, or click on the middle of the that element only. Okay, so click and tap, the end result will be same. Okay, we will move to the next screen, or we will move to the next action of that element. But the difference between that, tap method belongs to Appium driver class, okay, and click methods belong to web driver class. Guys, just understand this concept. So tap is totally belongs to the Appium driver class, and click method is totally belong to the web driver class. Simple. So let's start this process practically. We require to tap on this like view. Okay, when we click on this view or tap on this view in Appium, then we require to tap on this expandable list. Okay, how long press is used in Appium or in real-time devices, we will see practically here. Before that, let's do this process manually before automating this. Like if you require to click on this custom adapter, okay, this is the first option. After that, if we tap on this element, or if we just normally click on this element like people names, then it will expand this list. Okay, but if we long press on this element like this, then it will open like this sample menu and sample actions. So we require to long press this element so that we, this sample menu and sample action list should be open. Okay. So let's do this practically here. So we have already desired capabilities set here to launch API demo app. If you don't know how to set the desired capability, please watch all the previous sessions from Appium so that you can better understand on this. Okay, so we have set this app activity and app package, and also we set the device name, and we have set up this port to launch Appium, okay, using Appium server. So let's start with this server, Appium server on port of 4723, and let's try to perform all this action practically. So first of all, we require to this view section, right? So let's try to inspect using this Appium inspector. We have Appium inspector separately here as this. We are using this latest version of Appium. We have set here platform names, device name, package name, and activity here. Okay, through this JSON request, we will start Appium server, and we will get the screenshot here to inspect the elements. So it will take some time to capture a real-time screenshot for that device, or it will launch API demo app here. Just wait for some time to inspect the elements. So first of all, we require to click on that view section. Okay, we have set here. We have already set implicit wait here like 25 seconds. Okay, and just wait for launch API demo app in Appium inspector. So guys, if you don't know how to inspect the element using Appium inspector, we have separate session on this, how to inspect the elements in Appium inspector, or how to install this Appium inspector separately in latest Appium version. So just watch that session first and then come to this latest session. So let's wait for some time. So here we go. We have successfully launched API demo apps in Appium inspector. So let's try to inspect this views element. We have to tap on this element. Okay. In the all last lectures like Appium XPath and API demo, we have seen the click actions, right? We have used this click method, but in this session we will use tap. Okay, only tap methods. So let's check how to use that tap methods. So first of all, inspect this element in Appium inspector views. Right. So here we have a accessibility ID directly. Okay, so we'll use this accessibility ID in our script. So driver dot find element. We can use directly by accessibility ID. Okay. And let's copy this accessibility ID from here and let's paste it here. Use. Okay, let's store this element in Android element is equal to dot find element. Okay, it's not element. Find element by accessibility ID views. So we require to store this element in Android element. Okay, then we need to perform tap action on this element. Okay, so how to perform tap actions? So first of all, we require to create object of Android touch action class. Okay, so create an Android touch action, name as a touch is equal to new Android touch action. And we require to pass this driver, okay, as an argument here, so that this driver will know that we require to perform the action using this driver, right? So we require to pass this driver as an argument in touch action class. Okay. So now using this touch action, we will be able to perform all the possible ways with this driver element. Okay. Using this touch action, now we will perform a tap on the element. So how to tap on the element? Like if you touch dot, now we need to perform the action like a tap. So we'll provide here tap. Okay, in the tap we require to pass tap options dot tap options. Okay, tap options dot tap options with element. Okay, then element option dot element, and we require to pass here that element which is we have already stored here, which is we want to tap on that dot. There are many times the complaints from the students that we have written all the code correctly, but my action or tap actions will not get performed. So this perform should be right here. Without writing this perform, you can't do tap actions on the element, okay, or it will not work, right? So try to understand this concept practically. On the touch, we have already created touch action class object here, and we have provided this driver as an argument here, so that this driver knows that what action we need to perform. Through this test object, we are performing tap, and using this tap option with element option, which element we want to tap. So this is the element we have already stored here. We want to perform action like a tap on that particular element. So let's try to run this code practically and see whether we are able to tap on this view section or not. Okay, so let's run this code with Java application. Okay. Server started successfully. Okay, it should be connected here. Yes, it's running. Appium server running perfectly. Okay, API already open, app closed. Then it should be relaunch new session. Perfect. It's relaunch and successfully click on this view session. Perfect. So this is how to perform a tap action in Appium. Okay, so just try to understand this concept. Okay, do it practically by yourself, so you will get better idea on this. So we require to create a touch action class object, and we need to perform this methods practically, so that we are able to perform touch action on the element. After that, we have seen how to create a touch action class, or how to pass the driver as object argument here, and we have seen how to tap on the element. Okay. Now we require to see how to long trace the element, right? So to perform the long trace action, we need to inspect the next element. So first of all, we require to relaunch this session. Okay, always Appium inspector should be closed from here. Okay, if you close from here, guys, we require to set this all this capability. If you are not saved that, we require to set this all the capabilities again. So always be remember, you should close Appium inspector from here only. Okay, right? So let's start with new session. Okay, guys, so we know that how to tap on the elements. So without wasting time, we will tap all three elements one by one. Okay, storing on there, and we'll see how to perform directly a long press action on the element. So let's wait for some time till this Appium inspector should be launched our Appium API demo app in our device. Okay. So the API demo app launched here successfully. Right, so let's try to inspect this views first, then let's provide a tap action on it. Okay, we are on the second screen, right? Okay, this, so let's take a screenshot of next screen. Okay, now we will require to click on this expandable list. Okay, so let's try to inspect this list. Okay, we have accessibility ID again here. So let's try to store this accessibility ID again. So I'll create here expandable list. Expandable list here. Okay, then and table list here as views. Now let's rename as expandable list and perform accessibility ID here. So this is the expandable list we require to perform tab action. So I'm not going to rewrite this code again and again. So we require to perform tab action. So just I'll just provide this element here. Okay, so in this session, this will perform the tap action on views. After that, this will provide tap action on this expandable list. Okay, after performing this expandable list, we require to perform tap action on this custom adapter, right? So let's refresh this API inspector. So this screenshot will be visible here. Just inspect this custom adapter section. So this is the accessibility ID here also, but this time we will create a XPath for this, okay? And we'll click on using XPath. So let's test XPath here. How to test that XPath? We have already seen how to create XPath in Appium in the last session. So if you're not watch all the previous section on Appium. So guys, I'll request you to watch all this session. So this will be very useful to you to know how to perform these clusters and how to create XPaths and everything. So we'll create XPath here. Okay, so we need to provide a tag name here, like a tag name is okay in Appium tag class name will treat as a tag name. After that, we need to provide @ and let's use any parameter here, like we use text text is equal to required to provide this text. Okay. You can use any parameter like content text, resource ID, or anything, whatever you want. Okay, and let's check whether our XPath is perfect or not. Let's search this element. Yes, we have perfectly written XPath. We have find this element. Okay, so let's tap on that element. Yeah, we are perfectly tap on that element. It means our XPath is perfectly working fine. So let's copy this XPath and write here for custom adapter. Okay, so this is the we have done for expandable list. I'll just copy and pasting there. Without wasting time, we will create a element for custom adapter also. So right here like a custom adapter. And this time we are finding this element using XPath. So let's change this driver.find element by XPath. And let's provide this XPath. And we require to tap on this element also. So just provide this element here to perform a tap action on this. So we have successfully tapped on view, expandable list, and custom adapter, right? So now we require to long press this element. Okay, if we just click on this element, it will expand, right? So we don't want to expand this element. We want to long press and view this menu session, like a sample menu and sample action. So let's see how to long press on the element. Okay, now this is a very interesting concept in Appium. Long press. Okay, so let's try to do long press functionality practically. So here we require to create an object of long press option. Okay, we'll create object of this long trace option, like a long trace. Okay, we require to write this in small is equal to new long trace options. We have created this object of this long trace functionality. Okay. Okay, now let's create long trace. We have created this object, right? Long trace options. Okay, dot we require to provide a relation. Like guys, just try to understand. If we long press on this element, okay, we require to long press for almost 1 2 3 4 5 seconds to open this sample menu session, right? Sample menu and sample action section. In real time devices also, we require to long press for some time. Some elements require to long press for 5 seconds or 10 seconds to open that next window or next session or everything. So if I long press on this element manually, then it will require 2 to 5 seconds to open this sample menu. So we require to provide some duration here. Okay, how long we require to press this element to open this sample menu and sample action section, right? So we require to provide here some duration. So just provide here some duration, like with duration. Okay, like wrong place, we have created wrong place long place option class object, and after that we are providing some duration here, like long place option dot with duration. Okay, duration of. Okay, we require to provide some duration of like seconds or milliseconds, whatever you want to provide. So I want to provide seconds, like providing here like 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds of duration with dot with element of duration dot with element. Okay, so we require to provide an element here, like with element. Okay, and we require to provide here element option, same like whatever we have provided in this tab section, like with element element option dot element. We require to provide here element like a custom, uh, like we require to provide here element. So element then we need to pass element here, right? Okay, with element we require to pass element here, element name, just comma here. So we require to store this element somewhere, right? So we require to inspect this element after click on keep custom adapters, or after tap on this custom adapter session. Just refresh this page, take a screenshot properly. Okay, so we require to close this from here. Then we require to take a screenshot of this session. Okay, so this is the element here. So let's create a XPath for this element also. XPath here, the text view is the class, and text is equal to people names. So just change this text from here and check whether this XPath is working properly or not. Let's search it. Yes, this element is working perfectly, right? So just copy this XPath from here, just store into the our Android element. Okay, so to store this element, Android element, we have already created this using XPath, right? So this is the XPath. And this XPath for people's name. Right, so this is the variable we need to perform long press on this, right? So we require to provide this element here with element this. Okay, what we have done till time, we have created long press option object and store into this long press element, and using this long press option we are providing with the duration. Okay, duration of second, how long we require to perform this long press action on that very particular element. So we require to provide a long press action on that particular element for 5 seconds. Okay, with element option element, on which element? For this people names element we require to perform long press action for 5 seconds. Till time we have done. Okay, with using this long press option. Now we require to perform this action using this long press, right? So here we have already created object for this touch action class, right? So we provide required to provide a touch action on that particular element, right? So directly provide action here like a touch action. Okay, touch dot, we need to provide here a long press. Okay, and long press we required to provide this long press option, right? We have already created long press option here, and and just provide this element in this long press. So we require to provide this long press option here, and after that we require to tell that touch action we require to release this release dot. Okay, what is mean by this? If we are not releasing that element, okay, we require to perform the duration, or we require to long press that particular element, like this people names element for the 5 seconds, and after that we require to release that particular element. If you not use this action like release, it will continuously long press on that element. Okay, we require to release after 5 seconds. Okay, so we need to provide this touch dot long press options. Whatever we have options perform on that 5 seconds, after pressing long press on 5 seconds, we require to release that long press. Okay, using these steps. Okay, so what we have till done. Okay, let's understand this practically once again. We have clicked on this view element, and using this we have stored this view element in this view section, and we are providing the creating object of this touch action class, Android touch action class. And after that, through this touch action class we are tapped on that view and perform tap action on view. After that, expandable list we have stored here in this Android element. After that, we are tapped on that particular element using this expandable list as an element and perform this action, tap action on that. Same we have done for custom adapter also. This is the next section. And after that, we have stored the people names section in this people names variable. Okay, and after that we have created long press option object, and just long press for the duration of 5 seconds using this long press duration of seconds method in the long press option class. And we are provided which element we want to do long press on which element. So that element we have provided here like a people's names, and after that long press for 5 seconds we require to release that element. So we will provide a touch action long press, and we provide that long press object in this touch action class using long press method, and we release that after 5 seconds. So this perform method will be automatically perform the action. After 5 seconds it will release that particular element after 5 second long press. So let's try to run this program, and let's see whether we are able to perform all this action practically or not using this Appium script. So let's run a Java application. Okay. So we got to start Appium server. So Appium server should be start here after running. Yes, it started successfully on given port. This older app which is already launched in this device should be closed, and it will create a new session, right? So yes, it is closed. Appium server running successfully. It's launched API demo app in device. Okay, it should be click on views first. Yes, it's tap on view perfectly. Then it should be tap on expandable list. Yes, it's tapped successfully on expandable list. After that, it should be tap on custom adapter using expand, right? It's perfectly tap on, and it should be long press here now. Yes, and it's long pressed successfully, and it's open sample menu app. So guys, we have successfully written the script here to perform some clusters, like how to create touch action class, how to perform long press using this long press option class. Okay, how to perform a tap options on the particular elements. We have all these concepts we have seen practically in this session. Okay, guys, if you have any query regarding this, just comment out me. I'll give you all the answers regarding this. Okay, so uh, let's meet in the next session with some more clusters related to the Appium. Okay, this is the latest version of Appium, guys. So practical, do it practically by yourself. Download this version, this particular version. All this functionality available in the latest version of Appium only. So I'm using latest version of Appium. Okay, so guys, just download latest version of Appium only. About Appium, so this is the 1.22.2. This is the latest version of Appium. Okay, and do it practically all these clusters. Okay, on your system. If you have any query regarding this, you just ask me or comment out me. Okay, till time, if you like this video, just guys go to the subscribe section, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, like all these videos. Okay, watch all the previous videos related to the Appium. So Appium, where we have already provided all the session in practical ways only, which is the real-time environment, and with latest version of Appium. Okay, so let's meet in the next session. Till time, have a great day. Bye. Take care.